get the notification, you click on the app, and they're usually gone. Is the algorithm gonna hate me or something? Today is a really exciting day because I woke up to a text that said I was approved to start on Walmart Spark and that I was off the wait list. So you best know that I signed up right away. And I think I've been on the wait list for about 6 months now, if I'm remembering correctly. So I was pretty excited. And I'm getting out here today. It is Thursday, so I know it's not probably like one of the busier days, but obviously the first chance I get, I'm gonna go out there and see what it's like. I really don't know much about Walmart Spark and like how it works, so I should probably watch a few videos just to get a little bit more information. Because I'm already kind of confused on the two offer types. So I guess they do first come, first serve and just for you offers. It's kind of like Instacart where if you get a first come, first serve, it's gone like right away if it's a good offer, from what I'm understanding at least. So I'm kind of wondering, like, do I need to stay on the screen? Because I don't know how people are doing this if you need to stay on the screen for Instacart to get the really good orders. But if you need to do that for Walmart Spark, then I don't know how people do that, but I will obviously find my way as I learn a little bit better like how the app works. And I did sign up for the Scottsdale zone when I put myself on the wait list, and I kind of want to switch to Phoenix because that's like closer to where I live. But it's super nice. They actually let you switch zones after you do a few orders. So I think I'll probably switch after that. But right now I am signed up in the Scottsdale zone. So that's where I see on the map right now. And I am not super close at all to any of these. So I was kind of planning to maybe do some Uber and DoorDash and try to work my way towards there, like the Scottsdale area, instead of just driving all the way there without doing anything. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm not sure. I like know nothing about Walmart Spark. I'm not 100% positive, but do you get priority if you stand or if you're waiting in the circle like Instacart? I think you do. So then maybe I don't want to take my sweet time getting over there and I might just want to like drive over there. I did start off the day. I just put it on when I was in my apartment, even though I don't live close to like any Walmarts really. And I did go ahead and take this Uber Eats order because this one was way too good to pass up. So I started off the day with that one. And then when I was at the store, I actually got an add-on delivery for the same restaurant. And I'm like, okay, perfect. So I just completed that offer. So now we're sitting here waiting at Sprouts. And I'm debating if I should just drive from here to one of the Walmarts because I want to try out Spark. So now that I got these offers that got me at least a little bit semi in the direction of where the closest Walmart is, I might just head over there now. So I've been sitting here. I did arrive in the parking lot for almost 10 minutes now. And so far it seems kind of like Instacart, or maybe it's just that I have just been getting the first come, first serve orders. But I go to click on it and then it's gone. So it seems just like Instacart, where when you're off the screen, I'll get the notification that says like first come, first serve order. And then I go to click on to see like what it is and it's gone. That's definitely frustrating because Instacart is hard enough to deal with as it is. And I don't really know how I'm supposed to do this while also being on Instacart because obviously you can only have one app open at once on your phone. So I'll still see what happens. So far there was two like $20 orders that were good ones. They were like a couple miles and maybe like 20 units. But on one of them I couldn't even see the units because it disappeared so quickly. So I'm going to stay on the screen and see if I can catch something good. So here's one that seems not that bad that I actually was able to like see. 2 stops, 5 miles, 31 minutes. $17 for 31 minutes is pretty good. It says express shopping and apartment. So I'm still learning like what all of these things mean. So 2 stops. I like how it says the apartment thing. Only 8 items. And then you can't see the items, I guess? Or maybe you click... Oh, okay. I still don't know what's going on, so I'm like still learning. Okay, so I guess those are pretty easy items. So I guess this would be considered a good order. I kind of wanted to do something a little bit higher dollar amount for my first order. I probably should pick something that's like a small order to do for my first one. So I don't know, I might take this. Okay, so I probably sat in the Walmart parking lot for like 40 minutes. And the best offer I saw was the one I just showed. And then there was another one that was almost identical. that I also didn't take. I think those were good offers. Like if those were on DoorDash or Instacart, those would be good offers to take to just like stay busy. They're not like high dollar amounts, but for the items and the miles, they were good orders. I really didn't want to take like such a small dollar amount order on Spark as like my first one. So I actually, funny enough, ended up accepting a very similar type of order on DoorDash. But the good thing is, because it's on DoorDash, that means I can still get Spark offers. So I'd rather do something like that, especially on a platform that I'm already familiar with. I'm going to be faster. So I can do this DoorDash one, and it's really close by. It's like a 3-mile delivery, so I can still just easily be in the vicinity of the Walmart and then go back to it after it. I'm really excited to see how the weekend goes because today's Thursday, so this is the first day I got access, so obviously I'm gonna get out there and try it. But I know this is not nearly as busy of a day as the whole weekend is gonna be. So I'm definitely going to vlog probably the whole weekend and maybe make like one big video this weekend, as I think a video of my first whole weekend of having Spark would be a lot more interesting, and today is just kind of like the very first day. So that I'm really excited for. I'm gonna knock out this DoorDash order. I was literally 3 minutes away from the fries, and it's like 12 items. So I'll just knock this out really quick and then just keep looking at my phone for Spark and of course Instacart. A quick DoorDash order only took me 25 minutes for $17. I'm pretty happy with that. And it's funny too, I don't know if you guys know that guy on TikTok who's like, do not put frozen mangoes in your Sauvignon Blanc. I don't know what his name is, but if you know the guy that I'm talking about, and if you don't, just ignore all of this. Those people bought ingredients to make exactly that. They bought frozen mangoes, frozen peaches, Sauvignon Blanc, and orange wine. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure they're following exactly what that guy says not to do, and also partially ironically because it is delicious. So that order was super quick, and the person was literally standing at the door with their ID ready as I pulled up, which I just appreciate so much, because if you guys know, I've done several orders recently too where people don't answer the door when they have alcohol, and it's just like so frustrating. The worst case I had was I waited for 20 minutes for someone to answer their door, and it was a Costco order, which is also why I'm like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, it was a pretty good paying offer, but it was a triple customer. I don't remember how much they tipped, but regardless of how much you tip, it's kind of ridiculous to have someone wait for you for 20 minutes. So inconsiderate. I tried contacting them. I rang the doorbell, knocked on the door, and turns out they weren't even home. And then they also didn't answer my calls. Sitting there, I was actually about to take the order back to the store. Like, I was this close to getting up and leaving, and I just see them pull in their driveway all casually. And I'm like, you couldn't at least answer my calls? Like, you know you have alcohol. And the guy was actually rude on top of it too, like wondering why I didn't just leave it. I'm like, no one's home and there's alcohol. Anyways, I'm actually gonna drive back and sit at Costco for at least a few minutes and give it a chance. I know normally it's not busy in the afternoon, but I have to drive right past Costco to get to Walmart. So I think I'm just gonna sit here for a few minutes. I'm about to pull into the parking lot, just give it a chance, and then if I don't get anything, I'll probably just drive to Walmart because it's only a few minutes. All right, I'm still sitting at Costco. So far, this is like just as frustrating as Instacart as far as like the first come, first serve. Is you get the notification, you click on the app, and they're usually gone. So I don't really know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know how people do Instacart and Spark at the same time. But I did see a 67 for 20 miles, which I considered doing, and obviously I go to click on it to see like more details, and it was gone. But it was like, I did see, it's only like 25 units, I think. So obviously super low units for the pay, but I think it was like 15 stops. So I don't know, and like 20 something miles. So probably not the biggest deal that I missed that. And then I did see a 40, or it was a 39. And then that I couldn't see any details on because it disappeared too quickly. Yeah, how do people do this? How are people on Walmart, Spark, and Instacart at the same time? Because yes, not every offer is first come, first serve on Spark. Like, now I can see the difference where it has some of them say first come, first serve, and some of them don't. But regardless, like over half of them so far have been first come, first serve. So if that's the case, then how do you do Instacart and Spark? Maybe I need to do some more research, because as of right now, right off the bat, I'm like, I don't know how people do this without you miss batches. Saw another one. It was $29 and only quoted to take an hour, which is pretty good. Nothing insane. And I went to click on it and I couldn't even see the items. And I was on the screen. I'm like, this is giving me Instacart trauma vibes. Like, I do not like it. I'm like, this is just as bad, if not worse, so far as Instacart. Okay, like, these orders, are these normal? Like 25 stops, 23 stops? That's insane. Like, I don't know if this is like super typical for Walmart Spark, but that's like a totally different type of batch. Like, these are not like a couple batches. These are like reminding me of like Amazon routes or something. This one, like, that's a more normal one, right? Like $16 for 35 minutes. It's not too bad. But these, I mean, that's just like, the miles are pretty bad, and I guess people still take those. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to do things like that. Kind of been spending a lot of the time sitting around today, and that's okay, because I did want to get a little bit acquainted with Spark and like just log on and kind of like see what the platform is like. Because of that, I'm like, okay, I need to like get more things done, because I've like barely made anything today. So I did end up taking this Instacart, and it's a 4 shop, which I hate doing 4 shops. I think the stacking 4 orders together is just ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I just think 3 is enough. 4 is ridiculous. And of course, the 4th customer is like the one going further away, and the other 3 are all closer to the store, and I doubt that that's the person who's tipping. That's annoying, but I'm not going to cancel the batch. I've been kind of waiting, and I haven't seen really like good batches on Instacart since I've been logged on, pretty much. So I'm going to take this. It's 46 items, 56 units for $54, which is great. The only thing that sucks is the 4 customers, and it's 8 miles. Really not the best order, but I'm taking it. It's got some heavy items on it too, so I'm just gonna try to knock this out as quick as possible, since I really haven't made too much today. That's what I just did. I just did something so dumb. All my fault, but you know how it goes. I was at the wrong store, and I already started shopping. So it was literally right by a Fry's, and I just assumed that that's the Fry's that I got the order for. Which was not the case. It was for one down the street, and I already started shopping, and this order was already irritating me as I was trying to shop for it, because it was 4 orders. It had 2 cases of water, soda cans, beer cans, and I'm like, I was already struggling with how to organize it correctly without getting things mixed up, because I'm like, I'm not doing 2 carts. It's gonna take me forever if I do that. So I was already irritated, and then when I pressed start shopping, and it was like, you're at the wrong store, and it wouldn't let me shop it at that store because it has alcohol. I think this is a rule for everyone, but on Instacart, it only lets you shop orders at the store that they are assigned for if they have alcohol on them, and that was the case for this one. So I literally canceled that. I'm like, I'm not doing this. The furthest away order was going to Scottsdale, and I knew that person's probably barely tipping because there was like 5 items on that order. Like, if they want to rebatch it, maybe, because the 3 customers were all right by the store, and then the 4th customer was all the way in Scottsdale. So I'm like, I'm not... Oh, shit. Okay, so I just did the same thing. I don't know what's going on with me today. Okay, so I'm sitting at Walmart, and I got this Safeway order that's a very similar order to the one I just canceled. But you know, on Instacart, you have to accept it right away. So it's the same situation where like the 3rd, it's a triple customer though instead of 4. So it is a lot better. But the last customer is going all the way to Scottsdale, and I really don't want to do that. But I'm afraid if I cancel another order, is the algorithm gonna hate me or something? I don't know. I'm literally sitting here like, do I do this? This order is better. It's pretty much the same pay and same items, but it's 3 customers, which is a lot easier. I don't know why they keep batching these orders together with ones that are going all the way to Scottsdale. I'm not doing that one again. Like, I know this is stupid, so like I canceled 2 in a row now, which I don't know if that's gonna set off the algorithm or do anything weird to it. Hopefully not, but I'm like, I'm just not doing that. I need to look more carefully next time. I don't know why they do this. And like, so it's 2 or 3 orders that are right by the store, and then the 3rd or 4th is going way far away, and they batch that one together. I literally just canceled that one again. Canceling 2, I've never canceled 2 orders in one day. My cancellation, I think, is now at 4%. maybe 5% now that I did that. I think, yeah, it's at 5% now that I've canceled twice in one day. I need to just pay attention to where the orders are going to. I started at the deli and I found the soup, the Panera soup. That was easy. Now I'm in here looking for more soup. And I'm so happy that I picked this first order to be a small one so I don't have to worry. Of course, the alcohol is all locked up, which I'm pretty sure everyone probably knew except me. So now I have to wait. Of course, it's the bottle all the way in the back on the very top shelf, and they only have one left, and even I can't reach that. So this was literally the entire order, and I think it's like a 1 mile delivery, so I think this is a great way for me to get started and get used to how the app works. Okay, that is super confusing. I don't know if I just did it wrong and it was a one-off situation. It asks you to scan a barcode, and I went to self-checkout because all of the checkout lanes were full of people with large carts of items. And I scanned it and then something went wrong. I don't know. And then the lady had to come check my cart and scan the items for me. And then I didn't even have to scan the items. I don't know what that was. I'm confused by the process. If that's something normal, I guess I'll just have to see what happens on my next one. But so far, we'll see what happens over the weekend. But so far, pretty bad offers and like a confusing checkout process, but this is literally one order, so we'll see what happens. I don't know if this is just because I'm a new driver, but the drop-off process was also kind of annoying on that because it had alcohol. So it had me sign my signature as the driver and then also the customer sign for the alcohol, obviously the ID scan. And then after that, it still had me do a selfie verification to like make sure it was me. So I'm wondering if that's because I'm a new driver and it was my first order and like a new account, because that just seems like an excessive level of checkpoints. I mean, I understand like delivering alcohol, but I'm just comparing this to the other apps. I've literally only done one order. Oh my God, that sun is awful. It's also 113 degrees right now, so it's rough. I definitely wasn't really timing myself today because I just kind of wanted to give myself a chance to get used to Spark, or at least like acquaint myself with how the app works before the weekend. So I have not made much at all today and see how Spark actually goes and how the app works. And the first come, first serve is definitely interesting, and just like Instacart. So I just drove to Fry's after I dropped that off, and I did get this Instacart order, which I'm so grateful to finally get a new one, especially after my canceling fiasco earlier, where I was like, I just don't want to go all the way to Scottsdale at this time, especially for 3 to 4 orders, especially for 4. 4 orders is just ridiculous. So I'm very grateful for this order. This is a great one, and I'm in the Fry's parking lot now. So let's go try to knock this out and bump up my daily total because I could really use the boost. I'm set to arrive at the last customer at 6:27, and I got the order at 5:24. So this was a 1 hour order. I did not think I'd be able to get this done in 1 hour. That's exactly what I needed. It was $53.82 is what it was promised, and then we'll see if any adjustments. I did have to do 2, maybe 3 replacements. I can't remember. I think 3. So it should go up. I think not down. We'll see after. But either way, it's going to be right around that amount, which 53 in an hour is exactly what I needed after this day for today. So it definitely wasn't to try to make as much as possible and stress myself out because of it. That one order did give me at least some like initial experience, and also just seeing how the offer screen looks and like how to notice if it's like shopping or picking up or first come first serve versus the just for you. Like there's so many different things to keep track of on this app. It's like way more complicated than the other ones. I'm taking the day to do that. So we'll see what I end up with at the end of the night. After this, it's like 6:30 now. I'll probably just knock out as many food delivery orders as I can to boost my total up, and we'll see how much I can make today. All right, once I dropped that one off, I did just drive to kind of an area where there's a lot of restaurants because I was planning on probably doing more food deliveries. It's not super busy on DoorDash or Uber, but even all the orders that are coming in are not that great. On for like 15 minutes, and then I got this Instacart, and I'm like, I have to do this because it's just so easy. And I literally happen to be sitting in the same parking lot as the store, so I'm like, even more the reason these are like the most amazing orders to get is when you're already at the store and getting a quick order like this one. So I got it at 7:04, arrive at 7:21. So I'm pretty happy with that for $20. It does have a couple heavy items like coconut waters and some juices, but because the order is so small, it's not a big deal. This delivery, and this is probably the fastest I've made $20 in like 15 minutes. I maybe had one other order that was like this, but as far as small orders, these are the kind of small orders that like you can really cash out on, that you don't have to wait necessarily for a big like 50 to 60 batch to come in to do really well if you can knock out orders like this. All right, so today I did make $129.08 and I worked for about 6.5 hours. So my total was only $19.85 an hour. Again, really low, but I knew it was gonna be bad based on how the day was going. At least I accomplished my goal of mostly learning how the Spark platform works. And my next video will be a full weekend shift following me around on 4 apps now. So definitely tune into my next video to see that. And as always, if you like watching gig work shifts and some financial tips along the way, definitely subscribe and I will see you in my next video.